Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hey, welcome to the Geek Retreat Podcast, episode 16, Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
What is going on? My name is Steve. I'm your host, and I'm here with Jason.
Houston, we got a problem.
Nice. Very relevant. Very relevant.
Yeah.
And Mick. We got
Hopefully
Mick.
they don't have any problems.
Oh, hi. What's happening?
Were you
I
surprised?
missed y'all.
Oh. Well, hey, what's going on, everybody? It's our episode 16.
16 candles.
I'm going to break it down. Slow jams. Yeah, so welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. We are the Geek Retreat. We are three coworkers who love to get together every single week and talk about what's new in the gaming and movie world and other geeky stuff. And this is our show, so I hope you like it. And we got some cool stuff that happened this week, guys.
What's up?
Well, okay, so SpaceX launched today.
Oh, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? You remember the quote you just said that was relevant?
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk is getting SpaceX going. And PS5 sent out a very, not ominous tweet, but they have a new showcase that they're premiering on June 4th for PS5. And it said they're showcasing games from large and small developers, and it's going to be all about gameplay.
So it's going to be like a mini E3 almost.
Kind of, yeah.
Multiple games?
Yeah, it's going to be multiple games. And I read over the article a little bit earlier, but I didn't. Silly me, I should have had it up and ready to go. So give me a few seconds. But it's going to be, based off what we know, I'm excited for it. Based off of what we've seen from PS5 so far. We talked about it
right.
ago. I'm really excited for it.
You know, I did complain about them not going to E3, but I am kind of – it's nice that they're doing it like an online thing because now I don't have to sit and watch those stupid shows that they have in between each of the releases.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Get
I
on
don't want
with
to see some freaking hippie dude sitting there with a flute. No, I want to see Ghost, Tsushima. I want to see all that stuff. I want to see when it's going to be dropping, what's new. But
Yeah,
I think it's going to be nice to see. Just tell me. I'm done with the shows. I'm done with all that. Just tell me what's coming out.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they're going to do multiple games. I'm kind of excited about that. The one that they showed, I don't know if that was a real game or not. I think that you, Steven, that said that wasn't a real game. That was just kind of like their
I
test
didn't know.
model.
Yeah, I didn't know. The one they showed in that is like visual display.
I don't think it's a real game because that's the same thing they did with Real Engine. What's it called?
Unreal
Engine.
The Unreal
Engine.
Yeah.
The last Unreal Engine, they did the same thing. It wasn't an actual game. They just put something out just so they could show the technical stuff and all the graphics and all the things that you could do with that specific engine. So I don't think it's an actual game.
That's how I kind of took it. But then I was like, why would they build this thing like a game and not have it as like a PS5 release?
Well, you could see it. Well, they're basically showing you, look, this is
the power.
Yeah, this is what we can do with it.
Yeah.
One statue has these many polygons in it, and before you could, that would bog down the system. Now you could have hundreds of those same statues with millions upon millions of polygons and stuff like that to create these, high definition objects within the universe and have it still operable to play. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So PlayStation tweeted out. When did this tweet come? On May 29th, so yesterday. And it says, join us Thursday, June 4th at 1 p.m. Pacific time for a look at the future of gaming on PS5. And so Yeah, so a blurb came out and it just says that the event is designed to both announce new games and show gameplay from the new PS5 console. Sony said it will last about an hour and it is designed to be a part of, quote, the series of PS5 updates, end quote, with more announcements to come before the device's launch. It's also the latest sign of Sony's confidence that it is bigger, that its biggest new console launch since 2013. PS4 will happen despite disruptions of the coronavirus and daily life and blah blah blah. So they're dead set that it's going to happen, that the release is coming, and that we're getting PS5 on holiday this 2020, and it's going to be awesome and epic, and I'm really excited for it.
I don't want more
$5,000.
than an hour though. They're doing multiple games.
You know, it's going to be like, it's probably going to be like,
Because they're gonna come up there, they're gonna talk for a while. They
Yeah.
gotta introduce the developer.
it's probably going to be like
and
4 games, and they all get 15 minutes apiece. You know what I mean?
It's not enough.
like that. It's not. But I don't know. So I was looking at like games that we already know that could potentially be a part of this showcase, like different games that we know are confirmed. We only know of one exclusive that's going to be ready for on launch. Or I was thinking of another one, but the only one we know for sure that's going to happen on launch is Fortnite. So we're all excited about that.
I'm not.
No, nobody is.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We don't know what's to come. So the official games, I'll kind of run through them fast, and then I'm going to go through a few that are like that stick out to me. So these are games that have been confirmed for PS5, and they're exclusive to PS5. So there's a game called Godfall. Fortnite.
Piqued my interest.
Yes. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, maybe a remake, and they've teased Rainbow Six 2 or Siege 2. Warframe, another new game called Paradise Lost. Dirt 5 racing game, a new game called Chorus. Madden 21, another new game, Vampire the Masquerade.
I heard something about that. That seems pretty interesting.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we talked about that a little bit.
Right.
Observer System Redux or Redo. And then a Lord of the Rings Gollum, new Lord of the Rings game coming. Outriders, Mick, you talked a little bit about that one.
Oh yeah, Outriders. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, and then World Rallycross 9, and that was it. And like I said, the only one we know of for sure is Fortnite. Unconfirmed but highly talked about and highly leaked is a new project from Blue Point Games, and it's the developer of the PS4 Shadow of the Colossus remake. So we don't know, but it's this developer that created the Shadow of the Colossus remake. They have a game there. It says, quote, they're working on a big one right now. And then Cyberpunk 2077. Those are like the two that are
I swear they're like pumping.
there are a few more, but
I'm kind of interested in seeing what Cyberpunk's going to be all about.
Me
but
too.
I feel like they're hyping it way too hard. I feel like once you get the game, it's just going to be like repetitive nonsense. You're like,
wait a minute.
really?
I don't even understand really the concept of cyberpunk. It's just to live in a steampunk cyberpunk world. Like, is that it?
It's
Is it
like you're half robot and
Okay.
all that. Like you, I don't know. I have.
Was that the one Keanu Reeves was in?
I think
Yes,
so.
yeah.
I think that's why it was so big, kind of, right? And everybody was excited that he
Keanu
was
is like the golden boy of this era on the internet.
Right.
But
I think that was like a major part of the.
Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like they're trying to do like way too like the character customization is going to be crazy. Like, I'm not a guy. Mick, we've talked about like Elder Scrolls and like Skyrim and stuff. I don't spend hours inside of a character generator to like build my character up. I never do. I'm just like, give me a base model character. I'm in first person anyways, so like I'm not gonna see a lot of the time.
No, you could play in third person.
Yeah.
I like play. That's part of it's a big part of role playing. I mean,
It's part of like the immersion.
you know what I
huh?
mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you get to create your own character, make him look like you, make him look what you want, make him look evil if that's
Yeah.
the route you want to play, make him look like hecka good. I don't know. I think
And
it's
I
a
know-
big part of it when you're playing a role play game
Yeah,
like Skyrim.
I guess I should understand that because like in D&D, we take
Yeah,
hours to build our characters. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
exactly.
we're gonna spend this super long amount of time with this character. You want to build them up to be what you want them to be. So I take
Right.
back what I said. I was wrong. Again, we need like an I was wrong. Instead of like a swear jar, we need an I was wrong jar. And every time, every time we're wrong, it'll just be for me because I'm always
We
wrong.
got two shirt concepts. We got your face with the
I was wrong.
It was a great movie.
And then I'm not talking to you. So we have three in the works. Jason throwing his headset off. I'm not talking to you.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Yeah, anymore. It's got to be anymore. So, this Godfall. This is the one I haven't looked. I actually only discovered it today. There's a trailer, and I didn't even watch it. But it's a fantasy role-playing game focused around third-person melee combat and hunting down loot. Developed by Counterplay and published by Gearbox. Due late 2020. So yeah, I'm that seems cool. Maybe like a little Destiny meets Skyrim.
Yeah, something like that.
It's
That's
like
kinda
a-
what it sounds like. Huh?
Yeah.
You said there was a trailer for it?
There is a trailer.
Which one is
Um,
it? Which one
It's
are we
called
talking about?
Godfall.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, the trailer didn't do it for me.
Oh, you
But-
did? So you saw it?
You've seen the trailer.
I did see the trailer.
Okay.
It looks kind of Destiny-ish.
Just from the still I'm
bit.
looking at, very, very Destiny.
We'll see.
Destiny-esque.
Yeah.
It might be good. There could do the capability of the new console is going to be off the charts from before. I know, like the PlayStation 4, it's not even powerful enough to run. I mean, it could run Arc, but when you're playing online, you have to tether
Oh yeah.
tether with each other. It
Oh,
can't
yeah.
run the world and have multiple people on the map.
Yeah.
and-
You start to,
Right.
rip frames.
With that setup, you would no problem. You'd have
Yeah.
to like I actually pay for a server, so we play
Yeah, so you
without
can
being
have your own
tethered. And what
dedicated- yeah.
tethered mean is when you're running around, there's the person that's playing with you online has to stay a certain amount of feet away from you. They can't
Yeah.
travel. In that game,
You got to travel.
it's-
It's all about exploration.
exploration and
Hey.
gathering materials to build your stuff and survive and all that stuff. But
Speaking of exploration, I just got the Game Pass. It's like the Xbox's thing where you can pay a monthly subscription and you get like a bunch of games that you can just you don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
I got
buy
that.
them. Yeah, Game Pass. Subnautica's on there.
Yeah.
I think I might try to get into Subnautica.
it's fun.
I know
kinda
it's limited.
creepy
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, because you're like, there's what's the fear of water? It's like fear of open water. It's like tapophobia or something like that.
I don't know. Oh, I should know that. I used to know those phobias, but yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Right, but
Um,
that starts creeping in. Whatever that phobia is, it starts
Yeah.
creeping in, especially because there's big stuff in there. I played that game. It's fun. It's dope. You could get this big old sub, right? And that
there's, like-
floats, and then you could get like a mech suit, right? That actually you could store inside your sub, and your sub is like a
Nice.
Yeah, it's like
house,
a big old
basically.
building. And,
Yeah, it's dope.
yeah. So I might dabble a little bit.
It's cool. It's fun. I wish it was 2-player, like Arc. You could have up to like 100 players or something like that, but it's only single player. That's it.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So another confirmed game, another one that's looked new to me that I haven't seen is Paradise Lost. An emotion-driven mystery
Ooh.
from Polyamorous Games about a boy exploring a bunker in post-war landscape. This is not an exclusive. This is also confirmed coming to the Xbox Series X and PC. So that'll be cool. There's only a teaser trailer, so
Sounds interesting. It kind of sounds up my alley, kind of that
yeah.
mystery kind of thing.
That'll be cool. That'll be different. Maybe a little Fallout vibe in it.
Oh, yeah.
Apocalyptic. What else do we got? Chorus.
Well, was it like is it third person? Or is it?
I have no idea. There is a
You have no clue?
There is a trailer. I haven't watched it. Maybe what I'll do below is I'll post the trailers below.
Okay.
And people can just watch it.
Check them out.
Yeah, or I'll link below. Another one we have is Chorus. It looks like Space Odyssey. A story-driven single-player space shooter is being published by Deep Silver. It'll also be available on PS4. It's a little backwards compatible. Really cool. And then this one, Vampire. Jason, you said you heard a lot about this one.
Not a lot. I heard a little bit about it, and it kind of. I mean, I'm into vampires. I'm into video games that they make about vampires. So,
okay.
Yeah, what'd you say, Masquerade or something like that?
Yeah, it's called Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines, a sequel to the fan favorite game published by Paradox, which will also be available on PS4.
Yeah,
so that'd be cool.
Yeah. It seemed like it was. It was heavy. It was an article that was out, and I wanted to read it, but it was a lot of reading. It was heavy reading. So I was like, "Where's the video of it?"
Yeah, just give me a video. That's what I don't like. Or you know what I really, really hate is when you get a video on a page that's like a blog page, you get a video, and then the blog is verbatim.
It's exactly from the
video said. I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
That was the purpose.
Like, what is the purpose of this website?
Yeah.
Another one, Observer System Redo. I never know how to say that word. I think it's French for like a do-over.
Or two.
Again, two.
Remember Hot Shots Part 2?
Hot Shots Part 2. Next gen remaster of Bloober Team's 2017 science fiction horror game. So
science fiction horror.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
let's do a let's watch in that. One of us will play it.
Yeah.
You guys can laugh at me.
Yeah, you play it because it'll be funny.
I get scared. I can't do it. Oh, yeah. So this one is the one we actually should play. Mick, you brought it up. Outlanders. A 1 to 3 player cooperative shooter based on Bullet
3-player
Studio. People Can Fly for the release of end of 2020.
Yep.
So those are the ones. Those are going to be. I'm excited for next gen. It's been like 7 years since we've had a new console, guys.
I know.
7 years.
Huh? And 2013 was when the Xbox released. Xbox One.
They better come out with some terabytes because I don't want to have to buy an external hard drive.
Big old terabyte.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be. There's no way that you can download a game like that onto any drive.
I mean, you can't. You're just gonna lose the quality of the game.
Exactly. So what would be the purpose? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got to be able to have to stream it or to play at that big of a frame rate. You've got to have a big download file. You know,
and then you only be able to get like a few games put onto your system. Like then you have to before you start deleting games back off of there again.
Like when I had Call of Duty on there, I could only have Ark and GTA on it.
Call of Duty is so
3 games.
I think it's over 200 gigs now. I think it just crested like 200 gigs.
Yeah. Every time they come out with the new season, it's another 80 gigs. It's like,
yeah,
really?
Huge.
Do you really need that much memory?
Yeah.
No, it's a first-person shooter. It's a first-person shooter. And the maps aren't like gigantic except for the Warzone. And you know what's crazy? They got one map, which is the Warzone map, and then they just cut it down to smaller zones for the smaller maps.
What?
Yeah, most of the maps that you play are on Warzone.
A lot of them are maps.
A lot of them are.
Okay, I'll give it.
And then they brought
because you run through Warzone, you're like, I know this map, I know this area,
I know it,
I know this area. yeah. No, Modern Warfare is at 185 gigs.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's horrible.
But it's a huge map, isn't it? Right? Like
it's not the maps though. That's not what it is. What they do. Here's what they do.
Way bigger than
that
map. There's so many games out there that are way bigger than
Zelda. Like
no way.
Breath of the
Zelda
Wild
is one of
the biggest maps we have.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and check out map comparisons for video games.
I'll link.
And
I know that video. I know that video. I'll link it. It'll be in the description below. It's they're huge.
Yes.
You're like, oh, this is a normal map, and then it's just like, whoa, you're like, what?
Right, and it's a 3 gigabyte game. It's like,
Yeah. So what they do, what Call of Duty
Does it
does-
have customizable? Does it have all these different?
No, I mean it's
weapons
not
and
as in
ammo? It has-
depth.
Yeah,
But that's the
see,
thing,
so it has
that's
all
what
these
it
other
is.
intricate things.
it's all the microtransaction
There's
crap that
that.
they have to have on there so people could buy it.
There-
It's nothing that you
nothing in game.
yeah, it's nothing that you can get for not paying for anything. That's
Yeah.
what's taking all the memory.
Well, okay,
Gotcha.
so I will, because I'm like the Call of Duty guy, so I do play Call of Duty a lot. So I can defend them in saying that the skins and all the in-app purchases or what microtransactions, that's what I was trying to think of. None of that stuff is to help you be better at the game. It's all skins and different outfits and all that kind of stuff. So I will say, like, they've done a great job at that, where you could go pick up the game for $60, not spend a dime on it, and just be as good as the next guy, the guy who goes out and spends a ton of money on it. You're not going to get all. It is. You're not going to get all the operators, like all of the. There's like customizable operators, and like they're bringing in operators from the campaign. So they brought in Ghost, and now they brought in Alex, and then they just dropped a teaser that Price is going to be the new operator that you get to play in multiplayer. But I don't need that. I could be a default operator, play the game just as good as the next guy. I don't need
see Price.
But
Just so somebody else could look at you.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. But it's cool. Like I'll be honest, when I'm getting shot and I die to Price or to Alex from the campaign, I'm like, dang, I want to be that guy. I bought Ghost. I bought Ghost because he had a whiteout outfit, and I was like, I'm getting that. I bought the battle pass. It was another $60, but I had to grind for a bunch. It's all skins. I promise you, it's all skins. It's not pay to play. It's not, and they've done a great job at that. And I don't know. I just feel like it is unnecessary. They do the file size is big because they add the file, plus they add all these weapons that they're going to release to everybody and maps that they're going to release throughout the season. So they have to like preload all that stuff and then you release it out. And that's why the files are so big.
I still think like there's a better way to do it. They should make it downloadable content instead of in-game purchases. Just because now me, a guy that don't want to purchase anything, I just want to play the game the way it is, right? I suffer and I have to delete a whole bunch of things just to play a first-person online shooter.
Yeah,
which
I
isn't
agree.
like a. It should not be a big game.
Here's the thing, though. I think in this day and age, in this stage of like Call of Duty's tenure, Mick, you and me have had this conversation like off podcast that Call of Duty is the same game.
It is.
It's the same game all the time, and I agree with you.
We had it on podcast too.
So the hardcore Call of Duty guys are the ones who are buying this game and playing the crap out of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Warzone is a free-to-play game. If I just wanted to play Warzone, I could go download it and play it free-to-play, no problem. Just like I can Fortnite or PUBG or any of those. But but I'm playing Call of Duty because I like the shooter. I have no problem buying that kind of stuff, and it's because I'm a hardcore guy. I do agree though that it does suck for guys like you who are like, oh yeah, let me get back into this, and then like I gotta download 200 gigs of what? I don't want that. That's like a deterrent almost. Is like that's turns
the problem,
people away, and I agree with you. I agree that
there's ways they could have gone about it to get all that downloadable content, but they didn't go with that route.
Yeah,
they just forced this junk memory on. I feel it turns people off.
It does. I agree with you. I agree with you. I think
because was I going to keep that game on there? No, I got other games that
that's the game you look at and you're like, no, I'm not going to keep. Like I can get rid of that.
I'll download Warzone.
Yeah,
because Warzone's fun, and I'll play with you guys every once in a while.
Yeah.
Get down, but
yeah. So
I already beat Warzone.
PS5.
Bro. I ain't got to play again. I got first start ready.
Shut up. Shut up. You didn't beat nothing. You got carried. You got carried.
Have you got it, Steven?
Shut up. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you.
Not talking to you.
There it is. Again. We did it. Yeah, so they're going to have to figure out something like Cyberpunk. I can't imagine Cyberpunk being less than 120 gigs. That's a big game. That's a big game. So, speaking of cyberpunk and future, let's move on from games, guys. We're in a crazy time right now. Space. Yeah. We are back in space.
Going into yeah.
Well, we've always been in space.
Well, we've had satellites in space. We haven't sent somebody to space
we haven't
since
come out in a long time.
2008 or something like that.
Haven't they? Don't they got a space station up there? They always have people up there.
Well, like but NASA's been shut down for the past years. Remember the whole thing? They flew the shuttle by, and
I haven't really. No, I remember the shuttle. I was actually
that was the end.
Looking up, watching that.
That was the end of the NASA program. They like defunded NASA program, and they you have to have the international space station up, but it hasn't been like a thing. I don't know. It's just really cool.
But yeah, it's been really absent for a long time. We really haven't had any space explorations or
Mars.
But those are all rovers. Those aren't people.
Yeah, those aren't people. We didn't go out there.
Why still I think that's like just as dope as sending somebody out in space.
Yeah, it's cool. I was looking at a really cool picture earlier. It was I'll have to find it. But it was a SpaceX picture of the cockpit, like versus the Apollo cockpits, the 2000s the space shuttle cockpit and the Dragon cockpit, and it's like crazy to see like the time, and you know what I mean, like the Apollo ones are just like dials, and everything's analog, you know what I mean, like there's like one screen in the middle, and that's it, and it's like all metal and harsh. The space shuttle looks like a commercial like aircraft carrier, you know what I mean, like a airplane. And then the Dragon cockpit is 3 screens, and that's it. It's so clean, and like everything's touchscreen.
Wow.
You know it's crazy to me that like the first one that got to the moon had less technology in it than our cell phone today.
Cell phones. That's
them guys were riding in space on a fucking wooden chariot.
Pretty much, dude. It's crazy.
Those guys
crazy to think about that. Yeah,
that they were doing that.
Yeah, it's so nuts.
It's crazy. Period. Just to think of going outside of the Earth's atmosphere, man. That just thought in itself, just to me, is like I can't even begin to fathom it, man. What it'd be like to be out there or to be going up there. But
I mean, I've been in. Yeah,
I know.
That's a feeling that would be so.
Me and Gravity don't like
don't get along. We don't get along. That's just so cool, man. It's like
it's so cool, dude.
I remember just as kids having like telescopes and looking at stuff and you can see the International Space Station come by and see it blinking and everything, and like that stuff was so cool. I don't ever like remember saying I wanted to be an astronaut, but like that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Can you imagine saying that and then like one day like you actually are an astronaut, man, and then you get your chance to go on a spaceship or space shuttle and go up there, man? That's
Remember when they were talking about they're going to send 20 people over to Mars and all that, and people were signing up to do it?
Yeah.
It's a one-way trip, bro.
One way.
Yeah, you're not coming back. You're not coming back.
They're just trying to get rid of some people, man. They're just like, who wants to go?
Well, and then we have Space Force. Like that's a real thing. There's
Space
people
Force,
who are being signed up for Space Force right now. It's a sect of the military. Speaking of
that would be cool.
Hey, so speaking of Space Force, the new series dropped on Netflix.
Dude, I heard bad stuff about that.
It's not good. I watched the first episode. I watched the first episode and I was just like, okay.
Yeah. So
is it like The Office?
No, nothing.
I heard it's not like The Office. I didn't watch it, but that's one of the main things I kept hearing over and over. Oh, this is not like The Office. This isn't.
Well, I don't know why people.
That's not even a good comparison.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm just saying. Is it like Phil? Is it like the same Phil?
Nope.
What could you relate it to?
Isn't it like highly political or something like that? Like they have a lot of.
It's super. The first episode. I was just like, oh my gosh,
like Parks and Rec. Is it like Parks and Rec? Have you seen Parks and Rec?
Hilarious.
It's the guy off of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Chris Pratt. Yeah,
Star-Lord.
No. So it doesn't feel like that. I would say it feels like Man, you'd have to give me a second to think
Trailer.
about that.
Trailer. What's it called? Trailer. Something
Trailer Park
boys.
Boys.
Trailer Park Boys. Yeah.
No, so it feels like Adam Sandler made a comedy series. Like that's the, you know how like you know what kind of movie you're
But you
gonna
guys like
get.
Adam Sandler.
I know,
so,
I know,
love-
but like they're bad movies. You know what I mean? They're like not good movies. But
Okay, so you can admit that then, Tony.
Yeah, no, I know they're not good movies. I hope my hope is that every Adam Sandler fan admits that Adam Sandler doesn't make good movies.
They don't.
But they're
no,
enjoyable. They're entertaining.
He does. They're entertaining. They're good.
I'm just saying.
What are you talking about?
They're not like
There's
Academy
a
Award
few
winning
that are
movies.
like, oh my goodness, like the one with Chris Rock and him.
Which
Did you guys
one?
watch that one? No,
No,
the
what was
one,
that?
the one with Chris Rock and
Oh,
him.
Grown
and
Ups?
He's
Grown
like that.
Ups?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Where their,
I like Grown
their
Ups, though.
kids are, where their kids
I
are.
think
No,
Grown-Ups-
not Grown Ups. Not Grown Ups. That was a good one.
The one where him and his daughter, the kids are getting married.
daughters. That was horrible.
I don't know. What is that?
I like even like the serious stuff like Spanglish. You watch Spanglish?
Not good.
I like Spanglish. That was a good movie.
It was okay. It was all right. Okay, I'll tell you Adam Sandler's best movie.
Happy
okay?
Gilmore.
Okay, Happy Gilmore is kind of up there. Still a bad movie. It's good.
What?
Mr. D.
Shut the up, Steven. You
Mr.
don't
D.
have no good taste whatsoever.
No, Mr. Deeds is like a great movie. Okay, I'll give you Happy Gilmore. That's like one of his best ones.
Eh.
Jason.
You guys are horrible.
Grown Ups. I like Grown Ups.
Grown-ups,
That's
yeah, I
like
Grown-Ups.
saying you
Others
don't
like
like
Grown-ups.
Will Ferrell. That's like
do like
saying
Will
you don't like Will Ferrell.
Oh, Jason.
That's what it sounds like. You're like.
Why would
he
I not
doesn't
like Will Ferrell? I love Will Ferrell. I love comedy.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying that's like saying you don't like Will Ferrell.
Okay.
That
well,
you're
I'm-
saying Happy Gilmore is not
Never
a
mind.
good movie.
Never
It's a great movie.
Jason's like, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. I don't know. It's not a great
Jason,
show.
I am
All right, let's
covering
get-
your video right
Let's
now.
get
I
back
can't even
to
see
I
it.
didn't say anything, no.
It just feels
I
like
read you. I see it in your eyes, bro.
I feel like Netflix got together and said, "Can we make?" We're gonna go back to it. An agenda-pushing comedy show.
Oh man, put that on a shirt.
stars-
G.
that stars Steve Carell. Like, if we can get Steve Carell, we can get everybody. And it like just was like, what's his name? John Malkovich is in there. Is it John Mac? No, that's not John Malkovich. It is Malkovich. What's his first name?
There is a John Malkovich, the guy, the old white guy.
Yeah,
older
it is
dude?
John
Yeah.
Malkovich.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I for some reason I didn't think his name. He's in there. He's probably like the most normal character out of anybody. But it's like the first scene. I'm gonna spoil it for you because it's the first scene. Yeah, it was probably in the trailer. He like becomes a 4-star general, and they walk out, and he meets the 4-star general of the Air Force. So like a real military branch.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, he says something about a woman, basically. And Steve Carell very seriously was like, hey, it's 2020. We can't talk about women like that. We're about equal rights. And walks off. And I was just like, oh no. It's going to be like this the whole time. And it was like every
wow.
political thing that came up. It was like, nope, you can't say that. It's 2020. And
Was it done like jokingly, or were they trying to take themselves seriously, or?
They're pushing the agenda.
No,
They're pushing the
I'm not.
agenda.
You can't tell. I don't know if he's being serious. He acts like he's taking it serious. Steve Carell does, but I don't
Yeah.
see. I don't know if it's like a fourth wall thing or like a,
Right. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. So
ironic, dramatic irony where like the audience gets something. I think take the show at face value. Go watch it. I started the second episode and I was like, okay, that's enough of this.
I'll go watch
you're
it.
like
and
looking
I'll get
forward
a
to that.
real.
Right?
I'll get a real review for you people.
Yeah. Here's
Get
mixed
you
review.
real
I'm
review.
gonna foreshadow mixed review. It was great.
Great.
Nothing wrong with it. It was fantastic.
Yep,
You're a piece of work, Mick.
it was good because Steven said it was bad.
Just because I said it was bad.
You know what? You need to put up a poll. Really, what
All right.
movie is better, Mr. Deeds or Happy Gilmore?
All right, take it
Because
back.
I swear,
Happy Gilmore. Also,
you will get swamped.
I know. But I like Mr. Deeds. You know the other one I really like? Big Daddy. Like that's another great.
Yeah, I like Big
That's
Daddy.
a great one.
That's a
Yeah,
great
that's
one.
a
Yeah,
Kangaroo
I
song.
like that one.
Kangaroo song. Kangaroo song.
Hip hip hop.
I can
That's-
wait my
Hip hop
own.
anonymous. You give
That's
him
a
all the easy
great-
ones.
No,
He
yeah,
just
that was a
put
good
out
one. I don't know.
crappy
Yeah.
movies,
But I think
there-
people-
there's a lot of them are good.
If we did do a poll though, and I always see people would do Happy Gilmore because that's like one of his main ones. That's
Yeah.
one of his biggest movies. So of course everybody's backing that. That doesn't necessarily mean though that it's the best one. That doesn't
Okay,
mean that
I'll
it's
say-
a great movie.
I'll say Mr. Deeds was the turn of Adam Sandler's career down to what he is now. Okay. So like, we
Down to
had
what it is
great,
now?
yeah, we had great ones like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore and Big Daddy. We had some like really great Adam Sandler movies. And then
Mhm.
Mr. Deeds came out and it was like, well, that's not a great movie, but it's still entertaining. You know what I mean? And then it
I
just
like
became
50 First Dates.
Oh,
That was
50
an
First Dates, that's a really
awesome
good one, too.
movie.
Yeah.
He did a lot of
He did it.
movies, dude,
Yeah.
that were great. Yeah, right now, ever since he went over to Netflix, he's been pushing out a lot of kind of janky
Yeah.
movies. Some
I
of
still
them
haven't
are
seen
good,
Uncut
some are
Gems.
bad.
I hear great things.
Yeah, I
about
heard Uncut Gems is good though.
Which one
Yeah.
is that?
Right.
It's the new one.
That's a new
like
one.
the
He's
actually,
like,
like-
a bad guy kind of, right? He's kind of bad.
Yeah, it's like a really gritty movie. Actually, he's like he's
Oh!
embezzling money and stuff like that.
I don't know. I already look at it. And I'm already. I don't know if it's going to be a good one. But he did make his production company did make a one with David Spade.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's really good.
Oh my goodness!
Have you seen it?
We need to do a review
Oh
on it.
yeah,
All right. Yeah,
Something
that one's
Mystery.
really relevant. So
Yeah.
let's do it. So we just put out a spoiler cast. If you want to go check it out, it was on Ford versus Ferrari, and
Good movie.
I dropped the ball. It was a great movie. Such a good movie.
Yeah.
I dropped the ball in putting out a quote on what people wanted to, or putting out a poll on what people wanted to see. But that one, what's it called, Mr. Wexley or something like that? No, that's another one
no,
of
it's Miss something. Some
Miss.
It's wrong, miss. It's wrong, miss something.
Yep. So we need to do one on that. I've heard good things. I've heard that we need to go see that one.
It is funny.
Yeah. All right. Maybe Adam Sandler has some good gems in there.
He does.
He does.
I think he has more good ones than bad ones.
Do you?
Honestly,
I don't know.
decent ones.
He's got some stinkers.
He does.
Okay,
That's a lot
Jason,
of things.
decent. No, there's not a lot of stinkers. You guys are horrible.
I think Jack and Jill takes up like
Back me
10
up. Please
that's like
say
worth-
something in the comments.
that's like-
or on
that's like
Facebook.
5 bad movies in one for every like that's how
That
bad
was
it is.
so bad, dude.
Wait,
That's a
which
terrible
one?
one. Jack and
Wh-
Jill.
The twin, when they
Yeah.
were twins.
The twin
I mean,
sister.
There's parts that were funny in it, but yeah, I agree. It could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little Nicky was another one.
I love
Nicky,
Little Nicky.
yeah,
that
that was a
was
good one, too.
great.
That's
That
like-
was
what, you guys
fun-
like
that was so
Oh
was
my
so
god!
funny.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's one
That
of
was
his
so
old school.
funny.
That's one of his old school pre
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds. It was pre Mr. Deeds. I stand by my.
Imagine,
I can't.
imagine
I can't.
some weird.
I can't with you, Adam
was fantastic.
Sandler people, dude. I just
Oh
can't.
my goodness!
You know, I want to hear from all you Adam Sandler fans. I think there's a ton of Adam Sandler fans. I really do.
There are.
Yeah, and I think
he's a
And
legend.
he is. He's gonna go down as well.
He is. I'm not gonna deny that he is.
Did
He's
you guys
made
see
a
the-
name for himself? But
Did
I
you see
just-
the SNL skit he did recently,
No.
where he has like a family reunion, and it turns out that his whole family are all the characters that he's played. in
Oh
the movie.
yeah. I
It's
saw-
so
I did see
funny.
that.
It's
I did
so
see
funny.
that.
It's a good one.
It's not
Remember
new, right? Wasn't
Magnificent-
that a while
Yeah, it was
ago?
earlier in 2020.
Yeah.
I know it's hella stupid funny, but it's Magnificent Seven. Was it Magnificent Seven?
No, Ridiculous Six.
Ridiculous
that one-
Six.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that one. Okay, I'll tell you why I love that one. I think we've talked about this before, so
Yes,
sorry
it's
if we
so
have.
funny.
but like, you know when they're around the campfire and they're like singing the song in that
Yeah.
one? The reactions of them like laughing at the jokes are their real reactions.
Oh,
and that's what I
yeah.
love about it. It feels like it's just like a bunch of buddies getting together and making movies that people are gonna watch, and it's awesome. So good. He's like swinging on the
when he gets hung. I got a strong neck. That was such a good. That was
a
so
good one.
good.
Yeah. What's his name? Taylor Lochner or whatever.
Oh no, another Twilight. Twilight, bro. Dude, that
Oh
was
man,
great.
you took me away. I was gonna talk more about Space Force, but I'm glad we talked about Adam Sandler. Space Force, not liking it so far. I think I'm gonna push through the first season though. I think I'm gonna just like force myself.
That's may help you because Office, you know what I mean? It took me a couple episodes to be out, like get into it because it's really slow and like whatever. But as soon as you start getting into it, it's like
Just like
this is actually funny,
amazing.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, maybe it'll get past like the agenda stuff. Maybe it'll get past the maybe it'll get to like the nitty gritty,
I sure hope
and
so.
it'll pick up steam.
I feel it's like making fun of shit. You know
I
what
really
mean? I
hope-
don't know how
Yeah.
pushy it actually is. You should take it as a joke or whatever. But I haven't seen it, so I can't. Say
No,
that.
but I definitely they definitely like it's definitely like it's like the producers want to talk about political things, and that's what it's going to be focused on. Even just the first like episode was all about. There's a ton of political stuff. And
Well, for it to be a comedy, I mean, I think maybe they want to talk about it, but they want to just poke fun at some of the ridiculousness of it.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
I mean, do you think it could be going that it's like that route?
I don't know. I like I said, I only saw the first episode. I started the second one, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a break.
That's what comedy is, pushing the end.
Yeah, pushing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not doing that, you're not going full-fledged comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta make somebody mad.
Something. Yeah. Comedy. Well, I think isn't that like a staple in like stand-up comedy that there's a lot of truth in what is comedy,
funny.
and it's
Right.
Look at him, he's
like,
mad. Look at him over there, Mike. Look at Mike. That motherfucker's mad.
yeah, I mean, that's true.
It's funny.
There's
It's
truth
funny.
behind the comedy stuff.
It's a joke, buddy.
Yeah. So Space Force, okay. SpaceX, really cool. And I actually found this cool thing that SpaceX is doing. If you go to their website, I'll post a link below. You can run a simulator that you dock the Dragon to the ISS, and it is a real simulator.
Well, I want to do that.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna click that link.
It's really, really cool.
Did you do it?
Look it up. I did it, and it's like super precise. They give you like tons of specifications, like all your pitch, roll, and yaw have to be within -2 degrees of green, and your speed has to go a certain meters per second, and you got to like set it all up and everything. It's really fun.
I don't know anything you just said, but hey, I want to do it.
If you know anything about like
Sound
flying,
you're an astronaut or something.
you're flying. Pitch is like you're up and down. Yaw is you left and right, and roll. Man, yeah, I'll have to SpaceX docking.
Hopefully, they don't use that unbreakable glass that Elon Musk put on his new truck on there. Remember when they're showcasing his new truck, his new electric truck? He's like,
rock at it.
And it's smashed.
Oh man, that's so funny.
You know he was mad. Somebody got in trouble for embarrassing him like that.
Somebody got fired. You are no longer on this project.
Yeah, I want to do. Let me do a screen share real fast. I'll kind of show this thing off.
That bed though was dope, where you could drive things into the back of the bed.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Can you see this thing?
Oh
SpaceX?
yeah.
So like you started out, and you can use like so there's it like sets you at this weird tilt, and I think it's the tilt that they're currently orbiting in.
Okay.
And so you use like these ones, and you can like center yourself, and see how like you can like overcook it. It shows you like you can overcook it.
Overcook. What does overcook mean?
So like you see how it's in red. See how it's like in red right there. It means you're going too far. You're using too much thrust and pitch. You're getting out of whack. So like all these green numbers have to be within within -2 degrees basically in the green. And so I don't know the button for the roll, but you can like roll the machine. Get it way over there. and then you get it like
Which is
set
cool.
up. Yeah,
just
it's
a
really cool. It's just a
simulator.
simulator. Yeah, and then you can push forward. You can see where it says like your range in the like right. I'll hover my mouse over it. Here's the range,
Oh, range.
and
Okay.
here's your rate, how fast you're going. So I'm at like whatever 200 and something meters a second. So and then up in that, it takes a really long time to get up there because you're in space. But
Right.
once you get up
Where
there,
can people find this? Where can people find
it's at
this?
isssim.spacex.com. I'll definitely put a link in it for this.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's really cool. And it
Can you do it on your iPhone or is it just
no,
on,
it's definitely you need a computer. You need a computer. So if you get a laptop or something, you could probably run it on it. I don't know. You could try it iPhone.
It looked like it would be compatible just because
I
it's
don't
just
know.
buttons on a screen.
Yeah. So like here's
I'll try it.
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's fun. And I did it. I messed up my
pretty
first
neat.
time. And back out of that. But I messed up my first time and it tells you like you failed and like you crashed into the International Space Station. And then you got to like redo it and you try it again. And I got it on my second try. So it was a
Nice.
lot of fun. It's like a really cool little.
You just got to connect it. What's the objective? You just got to.
The
it.
ISS sits here and you got to dock your port inside of it.
That's kind of cool.
It's cool. It's cool that like I mean
I'm
that's
gonna try it out. I
that's a
wanna try
game
that
that
out.
I think for like the youth kids who like see this stuff and are like, man, what's going on? I like, we were kids when like, well, yeah, we were kids when like the Challenger exploded. That was like big news when that happened, and like, it's been so long since like NASA has been a big part of like the culture, and unfortunately with everything that's going on in the news today, it like this is actually taking kind of like a back seat, and it's really sad because like as kids we were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like this is not the Challenger thing, but like just getting people to space. Like we can send people to space.
Yeah.
The space race. My kid, we're doing homeschooling and stuff. So we were talking about space and we talked a little bit about SpaceX, and then I had my kids watch October Sky. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
It's a while.
It's a biography of, man, I can't remember the guy's name. He's an engineer for NASA, and he's one of the first people to develop like rocket fuel and how rockets take off.
Right.
What was it, Apollo 11 with Tom Hanks?
Apollo 13.
13.
Apollo
Was
13.
Tom Hanks.
That was a good movie too.
Yeah,
That's a
and
good
it's
one
like,
to show your
we don't have
kids.
space movies anymore. You know what I mean? Like I feel like back in the day there was tons of space movies and space was super relevant, and it's not anymore.
Well, I guess you can kind of classify Hidden Figures into that. I mean, they didn't actually show anybody going into space, but it was all the calculations behind
We're
getting
talking
people out in the
about
orbit and
Galaxy.
stuff, right?
Guardians of the Galaxy, bro, was in
Oh my
space.
I thought you were going to talk about Galaxy Quest for a
Space
second.
movie,
Remember
bro.
Galaxy Quest
I learned about
Galaxy
the
Quest?
celestials and stuff.
with
Celestials.
with Tim Allen?
Oh yeah.
That was a great movie. Don't even.
Oh.
Galaxy Quest was an awesome movie. I can't tell you anything about it. I don't remember it, but I know.
That's a
I
great
remember
story.
it was an awesome movie. Yeah. Yeah. There's cool stuff going on right now. Have
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
pretty
been?
cool.
have
I'm
you
gonna try that simulator out though. I'm gonna dock that thing on the first try. Watch this.
You're doing it right now.
It's gonna take me about an hour or so.
Yeah, it does. It takes forever because like you do like your movement like forward and backwards, and the thrusters. Like I'm like mashing the thruster, and I'm just like
Yeah.
like barely moving. You're like, oh, I'm in space. I got to be careful.
Yeah.
And it's cool. You can go crazy. It's kind of like, you guys ever played a Kerbal Space Program?
No.
Never played that? That was like a fun game. You got to build rockets, and it was actually like real stuff that you had to send. You had objectives to like go out into space and do an orbit, and it's all cartoony, but it is a rocket flight simulator,
Wow.
like for real. You have to like set your trajectories, and like you got to do like orbits around big planets and stuff like that. It's awesome. That's a really fun game, but it's super technical.
Wow.
That's another game I've always wanted to get is the Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's a channel I discovered a while back. It was like this.
Yeah, they got like a lot of the airports, like almost all the international airports at least.
Yeah. It's like real stuff. It's like
Right.
you sit in and you start the jet up and whatever, and you hit all the switches. You go through all the pre-flight stuff. It's real.
They should do that VR.
I think they're working on it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
That would
sure
be
they
dope.
are.
that would be dope, right? there.
Yeah. Later VR. Yeah, they have it in VR.
They have it, or they're or yeah. Oh, man, that's the way to go, right there. Damn.
For wet system.
You want the
Our
the
system.
experience of
It's
it.
for
all
Microsoft.
right there. That's it.
The best one I've seen is Microsoft.
Well, I
Flight
know. Is it the Oculus or is the Oculus?
Simulator. I
on
would
the
assume
phone?
so.
Which-
No, the
which one?
Oculus is the computer.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know. Verizon does the weird phone thing, right?
Yeah,
You stick your phone in it and then
yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. But I watched a guy. He's an ex Air Force pilot. Do like flight simulator. I'm like, this guy, he knows like everything he's talking about. It's really cool.
Hmm.
And so, moving on to my next thing,
Okay.
as I watched a Top Gun trailer today, it's coming out in June. Still set.
Maybe. You know,
Still set. I'm so excited for Top Gun.
that's gonna be a good movie to see, though.
The thing I was watching, it was like a little featurette on it, and it was talking about
Mhm.
how like it's real flying because
Yeah.
you can't simulate G's. You know what I mean? Like you can't
Yeah.
simulate that. And
Right.
so it was all behind the scenes of Tom Cruise. He's flying and like he's like pulling like 5 G's in his face. Is like he's like about to pass out.
Well,
and-
don't they do the test in G's in those, what is it called? Those things that go in a big circle and spin.
Oh
Like-
yeah. Have
They
you
were
ever
like it.
seen those? Have you ever watched those videos? There's one called, I'll get it wrong, and I'm sorry if you're in the Air Force, but like, it's called like a G monster. That's what they call themselves. And if you can hit 10 G's and not pass out,
Oh wow.
you become like a G monster. And so you should look it
Wow.
up. I'll link it below, but you guys should
Have to-
look it up.
Darren.
Yeah. That's
Forcing
crazy.
blood into your
That's
head.
a lot of.
Yeah,
that's-
you're forcing blood down,
Jeez.
back down into your body is what, because it's all coming up to your head. That's just like crazy. I want to pass out just thinking about that.
No, I thought it's running away from your head. Everything's going back. So you're pushing.
Oh, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's how I
Yeah.
understood it. Yeah.
Yeah. If it brings all your blood out of your head. Yeah.
Right.
And so like you do, it's called like Hicks.
You lose oxygen in your
Yeah.
head because you get improper blood flow or something like that. Yeah. Like the Gravitron. Have you
Yeah.
ever been in the
Oh
Gravitron?
yeah, I used to love the Gravitron.
Is that the fair ride or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and stand up on it, and the guy's
Yeah,
sitting there
and you
yelling,
guys-
"Get the fuck out!" I'm like, no.
Have you seen the video of the guy who's like running on it? Like while it's going, there's a guy like running. to
What?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. He's like running across and he's like jumping it like it's one of those.
Oh no,
ones
that's
that-
not the Gravitron. That's a different.
Oh,
The
that's a different
Gravitron
one?
looks like a spaceship,
Oh. Oh.
and then you go up against those panels, and when the thing gets faster, the panels slide up, and your feet leave the ground, and you're getting sucked up
Yeah,
against the
you're
wall.
like the gravity, the centrifugal
Yeah.
force is pushing you up against the wall, and
Yeah.
so you're like kind of stuck against it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still set to come out June 26th.
Cool.
I'm
You know,
hoping
the
so.
only reason why I'm concerned about them is because June is right
Oh
around.
wait, hold on. Wait, what's this?
Oh, you found something.
Oh wait, maybe it's not. I just found another.
Yeah, I
thing.
don't. Yeah, it seems. I mean, even if it is, I think it's likely that
When was
it
this
might
written?
move because that's pretty
Oh.
soon. We still haven't really lifted any of our lockdowns for sure yet. We're just doing things in phases.
Well,
A
just
lot of
give it
theaters
to us.
aren't
Give
open
it to
yet.
us on streaming.
No, stop
Yes!
saying that.
I just want it.
They actually said Milan might go to the streaming.
I think with everything that's going on, Milan's gonna bust. Yeah, this says it
Yeah,
got
I
pushed
don't-
back to December
Yeah.
23rd.
December, yeah. That sounds more logical. Because June, that's
Stupid.
like what, a couple weeks, man.
Yeah,
There's no
I
way
know.
that could have been true.
That'd have been awesome. Been so good. So I was reading an article actually. Moving on to movies now. That it's looking like theaters are going bye-bye.
You shut your mouth.
A lot of
Shut your
theaters.
mouth.
There's like a article. I have to find it. But a lot of theater a lot of theater owners cannot keep the bills right now. They can't deal with it.
Are smaller theaters or the big name theaters?
I think they're smaller theaters.
Yeah.
Well, they're allowed to take loans just to pay for their, for the money that they're missing out on, I would think.
Yeah.
And then they just pay it back when everything's up and running and normal again.
Well, and the big problem, the real big problem is they can't give them out to people. Like they can't rent them out because they're single use buildings. You know what I mean? You can't use a theater for much more than
Of course,
being a theater.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, you can do like meetings and stuff like that, but you can't really have like meetings
Right.
and stuff in a meter like in a theater. I was just reading Netflix bought the Hollywood's Egyptian theater. That was big news.
Yeah. They bought the Hollywood Egyptian theater.
Yeah. Hollywood's Egyptian theater.
What are they going to do with the theater? I'm wondering.
They're going to take Netflix
They're gonna
originals
play all
and release
Netflix
them.
stuff and put it.
Yep.
That's weird, isn't it? Because the whole perk of Netflix is to be at home watching your stuff and not have to go to the theaters.
They're going to cash in on the – that's what Netflix – that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. They're going to buy out all these theaters, and they're going to say, oh, yeah, we'll just give you streaming plus all the movies that are being released because all these owners can't do it. Netflix has money. They're not hurting for money, especially right now.
Wow,
Yeah.
They're
Netflix is
gonna
making
buy
a
out
killing.
all these theaters, and then they're going to
I don't know if
release
they're
movies.
rolling the dough like that, are they? Or they can buy these
I
major
think so.
theaters?
I don't know. They don't have
Think
Disney
so?
money, but
Yeah, they ain't got Disney money.
they don't
Disney,
got Disney wallets.
yeah.
But they've got deep pockets. I don't see what this article says. Let's see.
Who has a deeper pocket, Netflix or Amazon?
Amazon.
Is that even
sure.
a question?
I'm just saying because you guys are boasting about the Netflix, and I'm thinking, everybody's
Okay, if you're
looking at
thinking,
Amazon.
if you're looking,
Because Amazon's got different
well, if you're looking at like
divisions.
not the whole Amazon, but if you're looking at the like Amazon Prime for movies and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
I think Netflix has it way more than Prime does.
No, but you can't.
Yeah, but yeah,
you can't because
Right.
Amazon is that is Amazon. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's a department of it's a
Yeah, it's a department of. I think Amazon was really basically what did they come out first? They had their delivery stuff was.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
What's that famous picture of Jeff Bezos at his desk? It's like the old desk. You ever seen that one?
No.
It's like he's sitting in like a whatever. He's sitting in an old super rundown desk, and now he's like the richest man in the world. First,
Like Amazon's got like the Prime delivery. They got the Prime videos. They got. Then they just buy. They bought or they're trying to buy AMC, right? You gotta have big bucks to buy AMC.
Oh yeah, for a big theater like that, or
Yeah.
Century, or you know what I mean.
Right.
Like this was the article I read. I'll have to find it later, but the article I read was about some guy in Texas who bought theaters and can't afford it anymore. So
I always wanted to buy a theater. I still do. I wish I could buy it.
You know what theater I really want to go to is in Texas. It's the Alamo Draft House.
Oh yeah.
I've heard a lot about that, and they do some really
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Right. I
But
love it.
I don't know. Streaming is nice.
Streaming is nice. But yeah, it goes back to the Netflix buying the theater. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Like that's your competition, though. I guess if you can't beat them, join them. I guess that's what they say. But is that really? I don't know. I'm just trying to, business wise, think of the logic behind that. I guess.
I think it's a good time to get in the theater business.
Is it when they're dying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look at stocks. When do you buy stocks?
Well, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? We know we're going to come out of this. We're going to be in. We're never not going to have theaters again. I don't know.
Well, because that's the thing. Because stocks,
you know what I mean?
Stocks we know go up and down. So so that's why you buy them low. But when businesses shut down, they shut down. You don't see. What's that famous retail store that closed?
Mervin's.
You don't see Mervin's popping up anymore. They didn't just surge. Oh, okay, Mervin, the return of Mervin's. No, that's
right. But
you don't see Kmart's coming back.
Okay, but you don't see Blockbusters coming back, and why not?
Good point. Though.
There is one Blockbuster still running
because of streaming.
One
Blockbuster. Is there really one?
But what I'm saying is,
it's a rural area.
Oh
so
they're still holding out and stuff. Yeah,
one more left in the United States. I forget where it is, but it's funny.
I learned that there's a McDonald's that exists. It's a real McDonald's store. Has everything in a McDonald's that would be able to make food, but it does not serve food. It is only used for movies that need a restaurant as a prop.
What? It's only used as what?
Yeah, it's only used for I'll look it up. Sorry.
Well, they got the money to make it happen.
Yeah.
Just have an empty building.
Yeah, talk about having money, huh? Those guys.
Yeah, it's only used. I have to find it. It's buried deep somewhere, but they don't like order. You can't order anything from it. It's only used for movies.
Interesting. Can you at least get a movie and a burger?
I think. I don't know.
Studio movie grill? Is it like
Studio movie grill is dope. I liked it.
Yeah, it is.
The food ain't too bad.
And it's pretty good. I like their food. You know, the funny thing is, fun fact about that. Before that was a thing. Well, at least before that was a thing here in the Sacramento region. That was my wife's idea.
Really?
She was like, I'm going to combine. I said,
it's everybody. My brother has stuff like that. He's like,
well, but she was like, this is what
go do it then.
And she was like, I'm going to put the time posted for the movies so you can know what time your thing is. I'm going to have drinks there so you can have a real drink. And lo and behold, they're doing all the exact same thing she was saying. I was like, I didn't think
it's funny. Before all that, me and my wife used to travel to go to those luxury theaters. I mean, luxury theaters been around for a while, but they're few between.
Yeah, they weren't really accessible.
Yeah.
Or is that the right word?
Yeah, I love Studio Movie Grill. The food's
it's good.
The food's cheap.
Well, now
to be able to sit and get nice food and deliver to you, and you watch a nice movie.
It's kind of good. I would never see a big movie there though, because I don't want the distraction. It's still kind of like dimly lit. There's still lights on. People walking by and getting people's orders and refilling your drinks. I don't want all that distraction when I'm watching a big movie. You know? I wouldn't watch popcorn there.
Right. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I gotta be laser focused, man. I gotta pay attention to my movies. I'm paying.
That's why
it depends on the movie. It depends on the movie.
That's why you get those. Yeah. That's why you get those seats, right? That there's the big aisle, and then there's stools, right? And then you sit down on the nice, comfy stool and eat your dinner, and nobody's walking in front of you or anything like that. It's the spot. You gotta pick the right spot, dude.
I can't find the article. But I read it. It was on Reddit.
But they're office chairs. They're office chairs. They're not stools. They're like comfy, like.
Okay.
They got the big old table. Man, I'm so thankful for Studio Movie Grill because they revolutionized the comfort of seating in theaters.
Yeah.
They were the first people to have the reclined seating. And man, reclined seating is so good.
I don't know about
that
first recliner thing.
I feel like reclined seating wasn't big at least in Sacramento until
the reason why, because they want to get as many people in there as they can, right? And with those big luxury seats, you can't get as many.
No, I know
Seats.
that.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for I love the luxury seats.
Me
Right.
too.
That's what I'm saying.
Quality over quantity is
Yeah.
it's dope.
And then there's like you go to the Sunrise Theater, you know, the one inside of Sunrise, and it's like
Yeah.
all the old seats, and you're just like, ugh,
I
gross.
know you get up your back. Is
You're like,
Sticking- you're
oh my
sticking to
gosh,
him when
this
you get
kid
up,
was
yeah.
kicking my chair the whole time.
Oh,
Night,
man.
you know,
You're so excited you get in one of those chairs that you could lift the armrest up so it's not digging
Yeah,
into your love handle.
yeah.
I swear them seats dig into my love handle. And it's like,
Yeah. I'm ready for movies.
not trying
be
to
back.
touch the other person's hand and shit. I'm just gonna stay like
yeah, yeah, you're sitting there.
Now we're not gonna have, but we're not gonna have that anymore. Now I guarantee it. There's gonna be. You're gonna have to have a chair in between every person unless you live with the family.
Right.
Well, thanks to coronavirus,
Yeah, at least for until
things will change. It'll go
yeah,
back.
it will.
it'll be a long time. This will be the
Worst,
new normal.
worst case scenario, it'll be like that until the end of this year, and then next
You
year
have
will be
chairs in between of you, and then they'll go, okay, you got to just wear masks when you go in there. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fine. I mean, things are changing rapidly because you go in them stores now, they got toilet paper, they got all
Yeah.
the stuff that wasn't there
Yeah,
is
things are
there
coming
now. You
back.
can find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people aren't so like, because I remember walking into like a Rite Aid or whatever, and people are like looking at you like, you know what I mean? Stay away from me. Now
Yep.
people
There's a
are
lot
just
more
walking
mask
in, getting
wearers
their
though.
stuff,
I'm noticing more people
right?
wearing masks.
Which is saying
so.
it ain't bad.
No,
I mean,
I'm just
it's-
saying that they're heightened.
I still wear
awareness on it.
I still wear a mask in there. I just because I'm worried about my son. That's all.
Yeah,
I don't want to
exactly,
get him
Yeah.
sick. And that's not just a corona. I mean, we should be doing it just if you have young ones,
Yeah.
just
taking
to
extra precaution.
because they could get sick. They don't got the immunities yet. So
Right.
That's true. Be safe, people.
Be safe.
Be safe. All
Safe
right.
first. Safety first.
Well, I think it's about time to wrap this puppy up.
about that day.
I wish we had some candles to blow out for our sweet. We're like,
Oh, here you go. Here you go.
Hey,
nicely done.
there you
Well,
go.
nice. Well, I didn't even get
Look
to
at
make a
his
wish.
props, man.
He was there. You had it set.
Hey, this one's so nice. It smells so good in here right now.
Nice.
Chestnuts roasting
I got all.
Open
I got
fire.
in Nick's bedroom.
What you want? What you want? You want flashlights, bro? I got flashlights.
You're ready to go.
Woo. What's up? Pens, axes.
Axes.
You're a,
Got a snake hut up in here.
what's up with you?
What?
Oh yeah, for a snake to hide in. Tape measures. You just got a box of many things. You're like the prop boy.
Yeah.
Oh, prop boy,
Prop boy.
give us
Oh.
a prop.
Just in case I wanted to eat some Kong Pao chicken. A little bit, y'all.
Oh man, that's awesome. All right. Well, it's been a great episode. We're gonna wrap this one up. Be on the lookout for this week for the new episode of our spoiler cast. So we are gonna be. Can we tease what we're reviewing? Or leave it. in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
We're gonna be spoiler
Spoily.
spoily casting. We're gonna be spoiler casting Extraction. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. Go watch it. It's Monday. It'll probably come out on Thursday. I think that's what I like for a release date. Mondays and Thursdays. So give you something
Alright.
to watch. Give you something to watch over the weekend. So
There you go. welcome.
yeah, you're welcome. So go follow us on Facebook. Go follow us on YouTube. Go check us out. Share with your friends. Stay safe out there. And that's it. I'm Steven, and we got Jason and Mick, and we will see you guys on next week's episode. Have a good one.